Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today we're gonna roll out some practice sessions while the casino was closed. We brought our dice for our cruise and we're gonna roll out on this table and see how it goes. Here we go. Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching, and now let's get rolling. All right, hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Hope this is entertaining for you. What we're gonna do is I usually check the table, see how bouncy it is, and see how my dice roll on the table whenever I come to a cruise. And so, with that being said, I usually have a dice set that I use, a 1, 2, 3, 1. And I'm hoping for, and I'm seeing if I can get a 4, a 3, a 10, or an 11. So that would be if my dice stay on axis, like meaning that they just spin the same way and they land the same way that I'm throwing them. Now, is that meaning I'm controlling the dice or influencing the dice? I don't know. I just like to see what's gonna happen. So let's see if I can get a 4, 3, 10, or 11, all right? So, well, we got a 4. So, so far so good as far as the dice staying on what's called axis, meaning that they're rolling the same way. So let's see if we could do that again. So let's see, I actually happen to bring a puck. So is that like total degen? Well, well, we got our puck out and the point is 4. So now we're gonna see if we can hit a 4 before a 7 in order to pass or win. So if you didn't know how to play this game, the first roll determines if it's one of those 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. If it's one of those, then that becomes the point, and we have to roll that point in order to pass or win. So let's see if we can roll a 4. If we don't roll a 4, that's okay right now. We just don't want to roll a 7. Let's see what happens. And it's a 6. All right, so now it's a 6. And even though the point is 4, we rolled a 6. Anybody to bet on the 6 won money. So if you won if you put $12 right here to bet on the 6, it would have paid 14. Okay. So then when the dice are out, they'll put the dice right up here, and then you bet more, and then they'll pass the dice to the shooter. Once they pass the dice to the shooter, no more bets. So if the dice aren't out there and they pass them, no more bets. Okay, no more bets. Don't bet anymore. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people need to realize and know, that you're not supposed to bet after the dice are out. All right, here we go. The only person that could bet when the dice are out is the person shooting the dice. So like say the dice are out right now and somebody over there bets, totally bad etiquette, that's for sure. It's kind of like cutting in front of people at line or whatever, you know, it's just something you don't want to do. Let's see if we can get a 4. And the other thing, we did get a 4. The other thing that I wanted to say is, you know, etiquette. So anyway, we won. That bet won. So now this goes off. So now the puck is off, and everybody that bet the 4 won on the 4, or everybody that bet on the pass line won. Now another thing I like to say about betting, so now it's a come out roll again. So now 7 or 11 would win. So a 7 doesn't count right now. But again, I'm still trying to get a 4, 11, 3, or 10. So let's see what we do here. All right, see what we get this time. It's a 10. All right, so we got a 10. It's a hard 10. So the point becomes 10. Okay, so now the point is 10. It's gonna go on. And now we need to roll a 10 before a 7 in order to pass or win, okay? Now the thing about on Royal Caribbean that's very interesting is you need to both dice have to hit the back wall. Sometimes in land-based casinos and other places, the dice don't have to hit the back wall, and they'll give you a warning. But here, if they don't hit the back wall, they're gonna call a no roll, that's for sure. So you have to hit the back wall. Let's see if we can get that 10. And it's a 7 out. Oh my goodness. So now, any money that was out there on all these numbers, they just lost. Everybody lost all their money because the puck was on and the 7 came. Wow. So I think a lot of times, so say I got the 4, I rolled a 6, then I rolled a 4. and everybody's happy, right? They're like, oh man, this guy hit a 4, and let's bet more money. And then you do something like that, 7 out, and then they lost all their money. So, all right, so what happens is now that this person was rolling, once the 7 comes, it passes to the next person, and it goes counterclockwise all the time. So now I'm gonna continue to roll right here because this is where I like to roll from. So I like to see, can I get, what's my ratio, if you would. So pretty much I rolled 4, 5 times, right? So I rolled a 4, a 6, a 4, a 10, and then a 7, you know, and so 5 times is the average roll that somebody can roll, between 5 to 8 times before they get a 7. Here's an 8. So now the point becomes 8, and I have to roll an 8 before a 7 in order to pass. Now there is a don't pass, because a lot of times people say, if 7 is the most common number, why don't we bet on the 7? Well, you can, but you have to do it when the puck is off, at least on what's called the don't pass bar here. So much like you put $10 here, you could put $10 here, and on a pass line, on the come out roll, when the puck is off, I'll talk about that next, but let's see if we could hit that 8. So I'm gonna do that same set because I wanna see what numbers is that same set giving me. So I did get a 6, I did get an 8, I got a 4 and 10, and yes, I did get a 7. But let's see if we can get another 8. And there it is, another 8. All right, so now that means we won. So we won on this. So this puck goes off, and everybody that played on the pass line won, and everybody that played on the don't pass lost. Now what does that mean? Now that the puck is off, you can bet on the pass line, meaning are they gonna pass, or are they gonna roll a 7 before they pass? So they're not gonna pass or don't pass, okay? So let's say right now, and you could play along, which one do you wanna do, okay? So let's say you put $10 here, and somebody else puts $10 here, okay? So what's gonna happen is, this wins, right now on the come out, this line wins on 7 and 11. And that's why sometimes they'll say 7-11 shooter, 7-11. The reason why is because right now 7-11 wins on the pass line, but 7-11 loses on the don't pass. So if you have money right here and I roll a 7 or 11 right now, you would lose that bet. Let's see what happens. No 7, no 11, but they want 7 and 11. Some people say you're going against the shooter, but you're actually playing with the dice. You're playing the odds when you play this here. So let's see what happens. And it is a 3. So guess who won and guess who lost? And guess what I wanted to roll? Remember that set? 3, 4, 11, or 10. All right, so what happens is a 3 rolled. So this person lost their $10. This person won $10 because 2-3 wins here, and 12 is a bar the 12 or push on the 12. 12 doesn't count. So 2 and 3 win, 7-11 lose. Right here, 7-11 win, but 2-3 12 lose. Okay. So remember that bet we were talking about earlier with the craps check and the 11 and the horn? So right here, if you put $10 here on the pass line, you could put $2 on a crap check, and if a 3 rolled, you would win 14. You would lose 10, but you would win 14. So if you're ever playing the pass line, I would always suggest every $5, put $1 on this crap check, pretty much. So if you're doing $15, maybe do a 3-way craps or do $3 on the crap check. And then over here, if you have $10 here, you could put $1 on the yo, and that would pay 15. So much like you, but the 7 you would lose. You can bet the 7, I guess, but that was a 3, so no point was established. So it's still what's called a come out. So here we go, let's see what happens. And it's a 5 this time. Okay, so the point becomes 5, all right? So now this is gonna go on the 5, and this wins on a 5, loses on a 7. This loses on a 5 and wins on a 7. And 7 is the higher probability. So there's 6 ways to make a 7 out of 36 different combinations. There's 36 different combinations and 6 ways to make a 7. there's only 4 ways to make a 5. Let's see what we roll next. Here we go. And it's a 9. The sister. Now, you might hear that term sister numbers because the 4 and the 10 are sisters, the 5 and the 9 are sisters, and the 6 and 8 are sisters. And what that means is the other side of the dice is the number. So 5, the other side is a 9. So sometimes if I ever see somebody roll a 5, I'll bet the 9, you know, because the next number that comes could be the sister number. So let's see. So we got a 9. So anybody that bet on the 9 won some money. These bets that we have here are still there, so they only will change if a 5 or a 7 rolls. So let's see what happens, okay? All right, so there is a 5. All right, so we got the 5, and so that means we won or we passed. So we got our pass line winner, right, with the 5. Now the puck goes off. And what that means is the person that bet the pass line won, and the person that bet the don't pass lost. Anyway, but I'm doing this same set, and I'm counting how many times I roll a 7. Now it would be okay to roll a 7, but I still don't want a 7 with this set. Let's see what happens. It's a 4. Now remember, that's what we want to see with this one. Now why do I want a 4? I want a 4 because the odds, there's only 3 ways to make a 4 and a 10, right? And remember we were talking about the sister numbers? There's the 4, the other side is the 10. There's only 3 ways to make those. It's gonna be either the 1 and the 3 or the 3 and the 1, right? Or it'll be the 2 and 2. So basically 3 ways, but you're only gonna see it 2 ways. You're either gonna see it as the 3-1 or the 2-2, you know? So anyway, with all that being said, I want to hit a 4 again, but that's the number I'm shooting for. And the reason why is because it pays a lot more. So if you had $10 here and you put $10 here, that $20 is going to pay $30. It pays double in the back, or what's called odds. And if you bet on the pass line, and the point becomes 4, you can bet on odds, and what you're doing is you're kind of doubling down, saying I believe not only my $10 to win $10 that I believe he'll roll a 4, but I believe I'm gonna put $10 here and I'll win $20 like if he rolls a 4. So I believe that he's gonna hit that 4. Can I hit the 4? I don't know. Put your votes in the comments right now if I'll hit the 4 or not. Right on. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is a 3. Now, I happen to like that because that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for a 3. And so, shooting for a 3, a 4, an 11, or a 10, remember? So anyway, I happen to like that one, even though it doesn't really pay unless you're betting the field. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's roll one more time. Do you want to bet the field? Go ahead, bet the field right now. See if I hit anything in the field. Here we go. And it is a 5. No field 5. Haha. No field 5. All right, so we did hit a 5. And remember when I was talking about these are like 1-roll bets? So is the field. It's a 1-roll bet. It covers the 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it looks like it covers a lot of numbers, but it doesn't, I think it's only like 16 combinations. Let's see, one way to make that, that's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ways of the dice. There's only 16 ways of the dice in the field, and it's a 1-roll bet. Wow. 1-roll bet, meaning the next roll has to be, so if you put $10 right here, right now, it has to be one of these numbers so that you could win 10. If it's a 2 or a 12, you win double, so 10 will win 20. So let's see, you wanna bet the field? Here we go. And it is a 3 for those that bet the field. And as you can see, the numbers that I'm trying to roll, I'm actually rolling. The other side of the 3 is the 11, by the way. Wow, so this is good. This could be a good cruise for me because if I bet the way I'm rolling and I'm rolling the way I'm betting, then, but we still need that 4, right? Don't forget about the 4. Really, I don't mind about the 4. If I have the point of 4 and I bet all the other numbers, then I don't mind if I hit all the other numbers a lot over and over and over. There was a 7. Okay, I don't know if you saw that roll, but did you see how the dice came way back here? So 7 out, so we lost, right? Well, what happened is the dice, usually they stop over here, but I hit the wall first and it kind of rolled way over here. And that's why they want you to hit the wall. I try to hit down here and maybe hit this part of the wall so it doesn't hit these alligator, they call them alligator spikes, because that definitely makes the dice just spring out in all different directions. And that's what happened. It actually hit the wall first. Oh man, that's the worst. So whenever you throw the dice, always try to, it depends on how you throw them. Like if it's a really bouncy table, you don't want them to go up too high and then down. You want to keep low and let them roll low. But what I try to do is I try to hit right about here to here, somewhere where it just bounces, hits the wall and stops, or bounces, hits the wall and stops. That's what you want. You want to hit it right here. Now, if you're ever playing, craps and you're right here, and the dice are coming this way, just don't bet the pass line. I mean, you don't have to bet the pass line unless you're rolling the dice. And it's common courtesy that if you're right here and somebody's over there throwing dice this way, that you should not bet the pass line. It's just common courtesy. If you were betting the pass line, put it over here or put it over here, and then watch the first couple rolls of your shooter. Your shooter is gonna roll, and they're either gonna hit it right here, or they're gonna hit it over here, or they're gonna hit it over here. I mean, chances are they're either gonna shoot for one corner or the other, or the middle. If they shoot in the middle and it hits your dice or your chips, or it's anywhere around here, that is a sign that the shooter's trying to tell you, please move your chips. So what you do is if the dice come and they hit your chips and it happens not to be a 7, take your chips and move them over here, because you know they want this as a landing spot. So that is kind of like an unsaid or an unspoken rule that a lot of people don't really realize. So if you want to always play the pass line, then try to get like on this side where the dice don't hit. Or if you always want to play the pass or the don't pass, get all the way over here so you could be right here on the side instead of like right here where the dice land. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so we're on a come out roll again. We're gonna do one more and then we'll be done with this video. But let's do one more. So we're gonna do that same set. 1, 2, 3, 1. Can we get a 4, 3, 11, or 10? Here we go. And the point is 8. All right, so the point's 8. Now there's 5 ways to make an 8. So remember there's 6 ways to make a 7, and there's 5 ways to make an 8, and there's 5 ways to make a 6. So if you bet the 6 and the 8, you're gonna get 10 combinations of the dice. 10 combinations out of 36, just on the 6 and 8. So let's see if we could get that 8. Now, I'm doing the same set that I did because I'm wanting to make sure that I stay away from that bad number, the 7, right? And there's a 6. So remember I was talking about the 6? Guess what the other side of the 6 is? Yep, you guessed it, the 8. Remember, if you ever want a betting strategy, if an 8 hits, bet the 6. If a 9 hits, bet the 5, or the 5, the 9. The 4, bet the 10. Always bet the opposite of what just rolled. If like if somebody would have bet the 6, because your bet on the pass line would be a bet on the 8, right? They would have got paid right now on the 6 if they were playing the 6 and 8. Let's see if we can get that 8. And it is a 9. Wow, a 9. Got the 6 and the 9, but not the 8. Let's get the 8. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you a different set that I would use for the 8, okay? So for the 8, I would just go like this, and I would go like this. I put these on the top, and then look, there's an 8 right there. There's a 6. Some people call this the 3V set, and then there's a 6. So this is what I would roll for a 6 or an 8. So let's see if we can get a 6 or 8. Now I changed my set. Normally you never want to change your set when you're rolling, but let's see if I can get that 8. There's a 5. So there's a 5, we're still in it. And I'm still gonna do, you might say, well, you rolled the 3, the 1, 2, 3, 1, and you got an 8 to begin with. Why don't you just stick with that? Normally I would just stick with the set that I started with. But right now, we're doing the 6, 8 set. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get it. And it's another 5. So 2 times I rolled this set and it's given me a 5. Now on this table, from this spot, hitting that wall or this bouncy table or hard table, it's not too bouncy, not too hard. But I know that this set right now is giving me 5s. So later on today when the casino opens and I'm gonna do this set, what number you think I'm gonna bet? The 5, of course. Even though it's a 6, 8 set, it's giving me 5s, so why not? Oh, 7, it's also giving me 7s. so sorry, that was a 7. 7 out, I couldn't even hit an 8, oh my gosh. The 8, like I said, one of the easiest numbers and I couldn't hit it. But you know what number's easier? The 7. All right, so we're gonna do this one more time, at one more roll, and then we'll be done with the video. But I'm gonna do the 6. I should have just stuck with my set. So here's my set. 1, 2, 3, 1. That's what I'm shooting right now. So let's see what happens. Can I get a 3, 4, 11, or 10? Let's see. Here we go. And it is a 9. So the point becomes 9 and I have to roll a 9. And why don't you practice rolling yourself and watch this video if you'd like to see more. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.